Hey loves. Yes, it's motivational video time. Let's have that chat where I motivate you and also myself. So, as a business owner, I have to take this moment to be very transparent. It's not easy owning a business. There's a lot of ups and downs, especially when you add on to that ownership option, being a mom, being a wife, and all that good stuff. There's always something that has to happen and that has to come up that just seems to interrupt how the flow of things should traditionally go. If there's any tradition to owning a business, I have no clue. But anyway, yesterday for me was a very rough day. I had a cancellation and then also dealing with a package that I needed for one of my clients and it went missing. And the item that, I was waiting for was not a cheap item to be able to replace. So I just had a very frustrating day yesterday and it led to some tears. So I had to take some time to sit back and really figure out, what my next steps are going to be to continue on in this struggle of, overcoming the hurdles and the obstacles that I may face as a business owner. And what I came to the conclusion as is this: for every great person, there is someone greater. See, because when we need it, there's someone there that can see it more than we can see it. See, sometimes we might believe that we can't achieve it, but why can't we see it? It's because that we are so limited. We only see what's right in front of us and not what was behind us or what could come. We only think of the moment and we think we have not won. We let our guard down. We let our feelings wear it on our sleeve. And so when things don't go right, we start to just dream and fall into a place of grief. So when that time comes, sometimes we need someone that will just pick us up. They will tell us to get ourselves together, strap our boot tights stronger and make them tighter and just keep on going. And sometimes that person might seem so harsh. Sometimes they might lack that love or that care. And sometimes might feel like, wait a minute, there's nobody there. But there always is. See, when I was at my lowest, I found the most. When I was at my lowest, I found those that care. When I was at my lowest, I found my strength. So I had to learn how to pick my pieces up and go from there. See, the reality is that as a person that exists in this world, the air that we breathe in our lungs every day is a struggle. Things just don't go right because that's just how this life is. Nothing can be right in a life that's not right to begin with. How can we expect perfection when we don't own it to begin with? How can we expect perfection when there is none around us? See, that's the thing. That's the struggle. That's the challenge that we have to deal with. So when you see yourself in that mirror and you're crying those tears that are adding to a river, know that your river is meeting up with the next person's river and is becoming a sea. See, your tears, that water that streams from your face, is linked and tied to all the other people that's crying those same tears. But do we realize that our tears that we might be crying might be superficial? It might be over something that's so little, when reality might be someone else is dying over something that really might mean something more than what we're crying for. See, there's somebody out there that's dying, somebody out there that's losing a loved one, someone out there that's losing it all, including their mind. See, we might be losing something that seems so big to us, but might really be small. So sometimes when you're in that point in life and you feel like you can't figure it out, you feel like there's nowhere to go, you feel like there's nothing more to know, and your situation seems so huge, sometimes it's just good to sit back and allow yourself to think it through. Is there a solution to what you're going through? Is there something that you're just not seeing? Is there something that you're just not believing? Is there something that you just don't want to know that maybe you should? Because for the most part, to every problem, there's a solution. To every pain, there's some happiness. See, because to every time you mourn and you cry those tears, there still comes morning the very next day. See, so with every time that there's some hurt, we can find the happy. So the reality is finding that great support system that you need. So you need those people that's going to be in your corner. The thought process used to be that it takes a village to raise a child, where it still takes a village to raise you and me, because we can't do it all. We can't survive this life without other people and without, God, most of all. See, so the reality is whenever you cry those tears, just know that your tears, they're flowing into the river and they're going down into the stream, and from the stream they're flowing into the lake, they might be going into the sea or the ocean or whatever, because reality is all those tears, we're crying them all together. And when we cry them all together, we make this whole world seem like we're in it together. See, because the reality is, my situation, honestly, yesterday that I had, it was kind of small. And I kind of resolved it within a couple hours. After I wiped off the tears, I tied my bootstraps tighter, I had those tough conversations with the people that love me, I was able to figure it out. And honestly, it all panned out. So the reality is, sometimes you just have to give yourself a break. We want too much out of ourselves. We want perfection, and that we cannot make. See, because like I told you before, perfection does not exist. We're human and we're imperfect, and everything that we wish may not come true. So the reality is, when we need it the most, the hugs, the love, the kisses, the reality is sometimes all it takes is just closing our eyes and allowing ourselves to breathe, and allowing ourselves to just have that moment to think a thought and to conceive what our next step should be. If your situation is not that big and it can be small, just think about someone who's going through a lot more and they are showing you that they're strong. So you can do it. I believe in you. And I need you to understand that there's so many other people that do. Because the reality is, we're all here. We're in this together. We can do it. It's just a little bit time longer and we'll all prove it. So at the end of the day, if you're feeling like you just can't win, know that all it takes is the loving conversation from a friend that tells you that tough love that you can do it. And once it's all done, you'll move on from it and you'll see how you got through it. It won't even seem as big. It might seem small. But even if it is something really large, know that you're still loved by all. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you were motivated, because like I said, we're all challenged by so many different things in this life. And sometimes the things that we think are the hardest may not even really be that hard, or may not even be that serious. But if they are, always find the biggest support system that you can have to help you get through those moments. It always takes a prayer, and you'll never know what the results could be. Thank you, loves. I hope you have a great day. Talk to you next time.